Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and we're gonna bring back Refuse to Be Stupid right now. So, Refuse to Be Stupid, Bruce Timm, and the other people that are running Batman Caped Crusader. One thing we need to know about Bruce Timm, because we start seeing cracks a while ago anyway when he did the Killing Joke in Batman and Harley Quinn. What people don't know is that Tim gets a lot of the credit, but the creative writing is really Paul Dini. Without Paul Dini, we wouldn't have the DC universe, because Bruce Timm didn't write the stuff. He's just executive over, and then he's the artist who designed the costumes and stuff like that. So when we're talking about, storytelling or whatever, is really Paul Dini, but if we're talking about character designs, is Bruce Timm, you know. And the reason why I want to bring it up, because he did an interview, because let's be honest, Cape Crusader is hot mess. I'm still struggling to get through it because it's just boring. It's not interesting. When I think that they were going to do a show in the 1940s, I thought it was going to be a little bit more interesting than this, but instead they wanted to put modern agenda in this story, which, suspension of disbelief. If you want to do an Elseworld story, tell an Elseworld story, which I know this is an Elseworld story, but it's in the guise of the 1940s after World War One. So I'm just I'm just saying, if you're gonna do something like this, make it make sense. Because then also in the time period they were on the cusp of going to the Cold War, I believe. So it's just like, if you know your history, you know how hard it is to really kind of pretend like, hey, let's, you know, suspend disbelief. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. But, of course, people are criticizing them for making Penguin a woman, which doesn't make any sense at all, because you could have easily, if you needed a character that's related to Penguin to be a female, why you just didn't do the Hubuki twins? If you guys don't remember, in the Batman, the Penguin had hitch women that were called the Habuki twins, and they were mass martial artists, but they also had like knives for hands or whatever. So think of Edward Scissorhands as if he was a badass female ninja or something like that. Bam, there you go. You get what I'm saying? You could have easily did something like that instead of whatever you're doing with Oswaldo. And the fact of the matter is that Batman is taking a back seat to his own show, and we're focusing so much on these female characters that I give no craps to. That, first off, that's not Harley Quinn. Renee Montoya looked like a damn woman who looked like a woman. They cut a woman's neck off from head to neck and attached it onto a male's body and was like, bam, there we go. Then you have an open lesbian kiss between Harley Quinn and Renee Montoya. No, what is this? What are we doing? Then you got Black Barbara Gordon over there. Okay, come on now, like in the 1940s, and nobody can say, well, it's in a else world. No, it's still there. Look, it's the same thing as when they do these movies where um we take place in the 1600s or 1500s, and you just got a whole bunch of Latinos, Asians, and blacks walking around in medieval times like ain't nobody business. No, stop. You're talking stupid. But anyway, let me get on to. I'm gonna get on to the part that Bruce Timm really said that kind of like made you be like, "Are you are you kidding me right now?" Okay, so Bruce Timm explains why they made the Penguin into a woman. He said it's because Batman lacks good villains and there needs to be more females, and they couldn't think of anything to do with the Penguin. They say, which is just like, really? So that means that you're lazy. You're lazy, right? Which is kind of crazy, because all it shows is that you need Paul Dini. Because let's not go and look at him, because he talked about, well, Batman got Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, um, not Lady Shiva, but Tanya al Ghul, right? But he doesn't really have that many female villains. But okay, as a comic book fan and as a person who watched Batman the Animated Series, which they made a few original characters for Batman the Animated Universe. So we have Baby Doll, Harley Quinn, Calendar Girl. We have Red Claw. We have Roxy Rocket. We have Phantasm. We have Emola Brown. We got Rhonda Duth and Thawnian Capira. Carpira, I think I said her name right. So those are female characters that were originally created for the animated universe that finally made their way over into the comics. Some of the women, but not all of the women. So you mean tell me you couldn't use none of those women? You couldn't use none of those women, right? Okay, now I'm gonna go down a list, including all of the women I just said. We're going to talk about, let's see, we got Tanya al Ghul, we got Magpie, we got the Arkham Knight. Yes, in the comic books, the Arkham Knight is not Jason Todd, it's actually a female. It's the daughter of Dr. Arkham. I forgot what her name is at the time right now. You have Punchline, Catgirl, you have Dula Dent, then you have Joker's daughter. There's two different versions. You have Fright, you have Gotham Girl, you have Jane Doe, you have Lady Vic, you have Madam X, the Mime, Mother, Orca, Prudence, Corey and Echo, Scarlet, Sister Zero, the Tarantula, Madam Crow, the Carpenter, White Rabbit, Lynx, Nessa Al Ghul, Lady Firefly, Peyton Riley, Freddie, Shauna Blaze, Jenny Whisker, and Sophia Falcone. Now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So I just listed villains that they could have easily used instead of gender swapping Penguin. So if I can find all those villains and figure out like, hey, why you just didn't use these characters? What was Bruce Timm and the creators for Batman Caped Crusader's excuse? Because this is supposed to be a spiritual prequel to Batman the Animated Series, but it can't be. It's not good at all. And I just don't understand like how someone who worked with the DCAU and made it as successful as it is decided like, hey, I'm just gonna do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we know that sometimes in the DCAU that Bruce Timm snuck a little bit of things that was a no in there, but still, you know what I mean? Like you could have easily looked at these villains right here. The list is right here. That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand. If you guys work for DC, I know they have like a encyclopedia place of villains for Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So it's always crazy when people be like, "Oh, I just couldn't figure out what villain or whatever." There are some villains that haven't been really done. You know what I'm saying? Like you have these villains. I know a lot of them. Yes, they've had like maybe a couple appearances in comic books or maybe a couple appearances in the show, but you can still use some of them instead of like race swapping or you know downplaying the characters or taking some of the most popular female villains that Batman have and say, hey, let's make them anti-hero and also let's make them lesbians or bisexual. That who the fuck is that for? Who is that for? Newsflash, most people who read comic books, especially Batman, is men. So this whole thing that you're trying to appeal to a modern audience by trying to replace the by trying to add more female characters into the Batman story or trying to add more female villains, it's not going to be appealing to the female audience. So I don't know why you feel the need to keep doing this nonsense. Stop trying to appeal to the modern audience and stop trying to appeal to females. If they like Batman, they'll come to it. If they don't like Batman, oh well, but you have your male audience that like this shit. And it's just disappointing to hear Bruce Timm talk about how they didn't really have no ideas, or Batman doesn't really have any good rogues gallery. It's just like, Bruce, did you forget about the show that you worked on previously called, I don't know, Batman the Animated Series, and then the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, and then the New Adventures of Batman? Like, come on now, stop playing me like a fiddle right now. This is getting dumb. This is getting dumb. Y'all are getting real ignorant right now. And then y'all wonder why people are walking away from this stuff, because you got weirdos that will say stuff like this, or y'all do dumb stuff, and then again wonder why. I don't know. I wonder why WB's stocks are dropping right now. I wonder why people aren't reading Batman right now. I don't know, because well, when you do dumb stuff like this, you invite people to criticize you, or you make people question, like, damn, if Bruce really allowed this to happen in Caped Crusader, what all was real for the DCAU? You get what I'm saying? You're messing up your own legacy, especially when you did the Killing Joke, where you had Batman and Batgirl sleep with each other. That's dumb. Or when you were dropping hints of their relationship in a DCAU, that's nasty. Regardless of the situation, it's nasty, it's dumb, it's stupid. And then you got Batman and Harley Quinn. Do I need to even talk about how terrible that movie was? And then the person that they got to voice Harley Quinn, ugh, gross. It sounded like she was smoking a bag of cigarettes. Like, ugh. I just don't get it. I just don't understand y'all. And then y'all get mad when us fans retaliate. But look at what you're doing. Like, I just named all those villains. All of them are female villains. Each of them are unique in their own right. But Batman has like some of the greatest villains of all time, and you mean tell me you couldn't find any female villains? And even if you couldn't find any female villains, why you just couldn't do what you did in Batman the Animated Series? Create some new villains. Duh, dum dum. Jesus Christ. Just had to be stupid right now. But hey, it is what it is. Um, have you guys finished watching Batman Caped Crusader? I'm almost done. I will try to record a review for it this weekend. Hopefully, we'll see. It's just so boring. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It is asinine to even watch this show, because my suspension of disbelief, I'm trying. I am literally trying. Y'all just don't know how hard it is. But as a person who know about comic book fan and didn't know the time period, I'm just like, whoa, boy, we are definitely suspending disbelief in a lot of stuff right about now. Okay, sure, whatever. But hey, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.